Archangel Michael is crying tears of joy because you finally found this. A meeting was held in heaven just for you. And beloved, they finally allowed me to reveal it only to you. Hurry, heaven's final decision will vanish in 45 seconds. My beloved, my precious one, the one heaven has been waiting for. I have been watching you through the shadows of your nights and the whispers of your mornings. I have seen you carry storms in your chest and still rise to greet the sun as if it was your friend. I have seen you weep quietly when no one was watching, and I have seen you smile even when your heart was trembling. My child, you must understand this moment is not random. This message, these words, this exact instant was written for you before the world even knew your name. Every step you've taken, every tear you've shed, every breath you've drawn has been leading to this very encounter between you and me. I wish you could see what I see right now. There is a golden circle of light around you, a glow that heaven itself has been waiting to unveil. Just hours ago, there was a meeting. Yes, a real meeting in the courts of heaven. I stood before the Almighty and the council of angels, and your name was spoken aloud. The sound of it echoed through eternity like music. There was a silence so deep the stars themselves paused in their shining. My beloved, in that silence, heaven made a decision that will change the rest of your life. I was chosen to come to you and whisper it, but only if you promised not to turn away. And here's where I must ask you something very important, something that will decide how much of this blessing you will actually receive. I want you to stop right now and connect with me. Imagine me standing before you, not as a distant figure in paintings, but as a friend, as a guardian, as a warrior who has fought battles in the unseen for you. If you can feel my presence, if you can hear my words in your heart, then I need you to stay with me to the end of this message. Do not let distractions steal this moment. Heaven has given me permission to speak only once. If you skip, the window will close and I do not know when it will open again. Before I continue, I must tell you the reason this message reached you is because your spirit has been calling out for something greater. Whether you've spoken it aloud or not, heaven has heard you. And yes, there is something you need to do to make sure you never miss what God and I have for you again right now. Make this sacred space between us unbreakable. This is your divine sign to connect, to keep these words close, to align yourself where you can receive without interruption. I am telling you because there will be a moment very soon where you will need this connection, this reminder, this voice. My beloved, do you remember those nights when you felt unseen? When the prayers you whispered seemed to vanish into nothing? They did not vanish. They were collected carefully, tenderly like precious pearls in the hands of angels. Every one of them was laid before the throne of God. Some were answered in ways you could see, others in ways you could not yet understand. But now comes the part you have been waiting for. Heaven has decided that certain promises will no longer be delayed. Some chains will break before your eyes. Some doors will swing wide open without you knocking. And yes, some of the people who walked away will return, not by accident, but by divine arrangement. If you believe that your season of delay is officially over and your divine shift is happening now, comment, "My breakthrough is here," to seal this promise in your heart. The reason this is happening now is because you have reached the turning point. You have passed the unseen tests. Even when you thought you failed, you didn't. Even when you stumbled, the angels caught you. You have no idea how many times we shielded you from harm you never knew was coming. There were moments when darkness planned your downfall, but heaven stood in the way. And now the reward for your endurance is ready to fall like rain. But beloved, the rain cannot fall where there is no open vessel to receive it. That is why I am here to keep your heart open long enough for heaven to pour without measure. And sometimes, opening your heart also means being willing to take the faithful step placed before you in the very area where you have carried the greatest weight. My child, I see the struggle you have been facing, the stress about finances, the silent worries that stay in your heart, and the moments where you feel uncertain about what comes next. You have been asking for peace, and that answer is already on its way. You are not meant to stay stuck in fear. You are meant to walk forward with purpose, with faith, and with clear steps every day. That is why a simple system has been placed in front of you. A 30-day faith and financial breakthrough system. A path where each day brings you a focused prayer, a small financial action, and clear direction to help you move ahead. No pressure, no confusion, just steady progress toward peace and stability. If something inside you feels ready, if you are ready to change your situation, take that first step today. This could be the moment your life begins to change. You will find the link in the description and in the pinned comments below. And as you move forward in faith, keep your heart open to everything heaven is preparing to reveal to you. You must understand this is not ordinary. This is not just another day. This is the day heaven chose to interrupt your life with a divine encounter. I was not sent to speak to the world. I was sent to speak to you, and the fact that you are hearing me now is proof that God's timing is perfect. But I must warn you, the enemy will try to convince you to dismiss this as a coincidence. Do not listen. You know in your spirit this is not random. There is a reason your heart feels this pull right now. A reason your mind keeps telling you to keep reading. A reason the words seem to glow as you see them. I can already see the next hours of your life if you listen to me. Something will shift. Someone will reach out unexpectedly. Everything I have covered across this channel is now in one place. The prayers, the teachings, the daily blessings, it is all inside the Daily Miracle Manual. Link in the description. Please know that every seed you plant in this mission grows into a torch that shines in someone else's darkness. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. But more than your support, we want your presence. When you head to our community through the link in the description or the pinned comment, you aren't just visiting a site. You are entering a community of like-minded believers. This is a sanctuary where you can post your prayer requests, lift up the burdens of others, and engage in daily discussions with a family that speaks the language of faith. Whether you are joining one of our membership tiers for deeper study, sowing a seed of faith, or simply joining our daily morning prayers, you are helping us build a global altar of worship. Heaven moves through willing voices, but it grows through a community that stands together. Each gift you give acts as living water for those in our community seeking healing and hope. Give, and it will be given to you, is the promise that sustains our shared mission. I invite you now to step out of the shadows and into this circle of prayer. Come with purpose, join the conversation, and plant your seed in fertile ground. Let us open the heavens together. Release your seed today, join our community, and see what God brings back into your life. An answer will arrive in a way you could never have scripted, and you will know it is connected to this moment, this conversation. That is why I am asking you to stay with me until the very end. Let me finish what heaven has started, because the decision that was made above has an expiry and I cannot hold it open forever. My beloved, my child, this is where the story turns into a miracle. My beloved, do you feel it? The way the air around you feels different as you read this. That's not your imagination. That is the breath of heaven drawing close to you. Right now, the distance between your world and the divine realm has become so thin, I could reach out and touch your shoulder if I wished. I want you to know that even before you woke up today, the heavens were already moving things into place for you. There was a light over your bed as you slept, a covering that no darkness could penetrate. Angels stood watching shifts, guarding your rest, whispering promises over you that your ears could not yet hear. You are more protected than you realize. You are more loved than you have dared to believe. And today, I have been given permission to tear open the veil so you can see the truth you've been yearning for. I need you to remember something important. The struggles you faced lately were not signs that you were forgotten. They were signs that your breakthrough was getting close. Do you think heaven did not hear you when you cried alone? Do you think I did not see the way your hands shook when you prayed for strength just to make it through the day? My beloved, those moments move me more than you will ever know. You see, in heaven, your courage is not measured by how loud you shout in victory, but by how quietly you keep walking even when every step hurts. And you have walked with more courage than you give yourself credit for. I was there the night you almost gave up. I stood beside you when you thought the weight would crush you. You didn't see me, but I was holding the heaviness back so it would not bury you. You thought it was your own strength that kept you going, but it was heaven's hands beneath your feet. That's why you're still here reading this now, because you were never meant to fall where the enemy wanted you to fall. There's a plan over your life that cannot be stolen, but it can be delayed if you let doubt build walls around your heart. That is why this message is urgent. This is the moment to break down those walls and let the flood of blessings finally reach you. Just hours ago, when your name was spoken in heaven's meeting, there was such joy in the room that even the oldest angels wept. Some of those tears were mine. They were not tears of sadness. They were tears of relief, tears of victory, because for so long I have wanted to tell you what was coming, but I was not allowed. Now the permission has been given, and I am speaking with no veil between us. Heaven has decided the season of delay in your life is over. The waiting, the wondering, the questioning, it is all giving way to a season of unfolding miracles. But I must ask you to do something, and it will sound simple, but it is the key to everything that follows. I need you to stay in alignment. That means staying aware of me, of God's hand, of the quiet nudging you feel inside. It means you do not push away the signs when they come. Too many times before you have brushed them off. The repeated numbers, the unusual coincidences, the sudden thoughts that seemed too strange to be random. You thought they were nothing. Beloved, they were everything. They were heaven's way of tapping your shoulder, but you let your mind explain them away. I am asking you, do not explain away this moment. If you do, the enemy will try to pull you back into the cycle of thinking you are alone. And you are not alone, not for 1 second. I have walked through every room you've entered, stood beside you in every crowded place, sat with you in the quiet when your thoughts became too loud. I have been in your dreams. Sometimes you woke with a strange sense of peace you could not explain. That was me leaving my presence behind like a warm cloak on your shoulders. Other times you felt a sudden urge to pray for no reason. That was me calling your spirit to attention. Everything in your life has been leading here. Now there is something heaven wants to place in your hands. It is not just a blessing, it is an inheritance. This is not the kind of inheritance measured in gold or paper, but the kind that reshapes your destiny. It is the release of favor that will open doors no one can shut. The release of answers to prayers you thought were forgotten. The release of healing in places you didn't even realize were wounded. Some of these blessings will come so quickly that they will startle you. You will wonder how years of waiting could turn into moments of arrival. But that is how heaven works. Sudden shifts after long seasons of stillness. There will be signs in the coming hours. A conversation that feels like it was meant for you. An unexpected message or call. A sudden rush of clarity about a decision you've been struggling with. Pay attention. These are not random. Each one is heaven's way of saying the time has come. And when those signs appear, speak back to them with faith, not fear. Say, I receive this. Let your spirit agree with what God is sending. That agreement is what keeps the flow of miracles unhindered. Do not hesitate in this moment. Type, I receive my blessings in the comments right now to align your spirit with heaven's flow and activate your inheritance. But I must tell you, there is also resistance. Whenever heaven decides to move in a big way, darkness tries to interrupt. You may feel moments of sudden doubt or heaviness for no reason. You may hear a voice in your mind trying to convince you that none of this is real. Beloved, that is not your voice. That is not God's voice. That is the voice of the one who fears what will happen when you believe. And here is the truth. The enemy knows that if you hold on for just a little longer, his plans for your life will crumble completely. That is why he pushes hardest right before the breakthrough. I want to give you a picture of what I see ahead for you. I see a door. It has been locked for a long time. So long, you began to forget what was on the other side. But now the key is in your hand. The door is opening and light is spilling through the crack. I see you stepping across the threshold into a space filled with everything you thought you lost and more things you never even asked for because you thought they were too much. Heaven is saying, not too much for me. You may not realize it yet, but your very presence carries a light that disturbs darkness. That is why certain people have been uneasy around you. That is why some connections have ended suddenly. It was not rejection, it was protection. Heaven moved them out of the way because they could not walk with you into this next season. Some of the losses that hurt you most were actually gifts in disguise. In time, you will look back and thank God for closing those doors. Even now, I see blessings making their way to you. Some are already in motion. opportunities that have your name on them, people who will speak your name in rooms you've never entered, favor that will meet you in places you didn't think you belonged. I see healing touching your body, peace entering your mind, and joy returning to your spirit like a sunrise after a long night. And beloved, this is just the beginning. I have more to reveal, and I will keep speaking as long as you keep listening. My beloved, I will keep speaking because heaven has not finished yet, and neither have I. You have stepped into a moment that was written in the scrolls of eternity long before you took your first breath. Every breath you are taking right now is wrapped in divine purpose. You are here not by chance, not by coincidence, but because the clock in heaven struck the exact second for this meeting to happen. The angels who have been assigned to your life are leaning in close right now because they know that what you hear in these moments will shape the rest of your days. There is a silence in heaven, not the silence of emptiness, but the silence of awe. They are watching you hear the words they have longed for you to hear, words they have prayed you would never turn away from. My child, you have been walking with a question inside you. And though you may have tried to ignore it, it has been whispering at the edges of your thoughts for a long time. When will my time come? You have seen others rise, others receive, others step into things you have dreamed about, and you have wondered if heaven has overlooked you. I am here to tell you you were never overlooked. You were being prepared. There were things you asked for that heaven could have given you instantly, but the timing was not right. Had they been given too soon, they would have been stolen. Or worse, they would have broken you under the weight of their responsibility. You were not denied, you were protected. And now the protection has done its work. Now the preparation has been completed. The scroll that contains your next season has been unsealed, and I have seen what is written on it. My beloved, if you could see what I see, you would weep tears of joy just as I have. There are answers written on that scroll. There are names written there, names of people who will be part of your destiny. People who will bring blessings into your life that you have been praying for. Unknowingly, there are opportunities there that will feel like open gates, not small windows. There are releases of provision that will arrive not as drops, but as rivers. But I must speak truth to you because I love you too much to hide it. The very moment heaven begins to pour out, the enemy begins to plan. There will be distractions, sudden moments of weariness, unexpected voices telling you to slow down or to question what you've heard. You must be vigilant. Guard the words I am speaking to you now. Guard them as you would guard the most precious treasure, because in truth, they are exactly that. You have no idea how many forces wanted to keep you from hearing this, but heaven cleared the path. Do not let doubt steal it from your hands. There will be signs, and I am telling you this so you will recognize them when they arrive. The first will be subtle, a sense of peace so deep it will not make sense given your circumstances. It will come in the middle of your day, perhaps in the middle of your tasks, and it will feel like a warm light has entered the room. That is your confirmation that heaven has already begun the shift. The second sign will be external. A message, a call, or a word from someone unexpected that will point you towards something you've been waiting for. Do not brush it off. The third sign will be a sudden burst of energy or creativity. It will feel as though something inside you has woken up after being asleep for a long time. These three signs are heaven's way of saying now. Beloved, now is the time, and when you see these signs, speak life. Do not speak fear. Words are doors in the spiritual realm. Some open blessings, others close them. Choose your words carefully in the days ahead. Say, I receive this. Say, this is mine by heaven's decree. Say, no weapon formed against me will prosper. Take a step of faith right now and write, no weapon shall prosper in the comments below as a bold, unbreakable statement of your protection and victory. Each time you speak these truths, you align yourself more fully with what heaven has already decided. I have walked beside you in your loneliest hours. And I know the weight of the battles you fought silently. I have stood in the shadows when you thought no one saw you, when you wiped away tears and forced a smile so others would not worry. I have felt the tremble in your spirit when you thought you could not take another step. And every time heaven whispered to me, hold them, carry them, do not let them break. And I did. Even when you didn't feel me, I was there. Even when you thought your prayers had gone unanswered, I was moving things on your behalf that you could not yet see. Beloved, I must tell you something that only a few will ever understand. Some of the pain you went through was not because you did something wrong. It was because you were chosen. Chosen ones often walk through storms others never face, not because they are abandoned, but because they are being strengthened to carry what others cannot. You are being made ready to stand in places others cannot stand. And now the time of standing in shadows is over. Heaven is calling you into the open. The light will find you now. The opportunities will find you. The blessings will find you. Do not be afraid of what is coming. I know change can feel overwhelming even when it is good. But I promise you this. Nothing that is meant for you will harm you. Every blessing that arrives has been purified in heaven's hands. Every person sent to you in this season will be for your good. Every opportunity will align with your purpose. You will not have to chase them. They will be drawn to you because your light is now too bright to be hidden. And when they come, remember this moment. Remember that this was the turning point. Remember that this was the day heaven opened the scroll of your new chapter. And when heaven opens a new chapter, it can also place a clear and faithful step before you in the very area where you have carried the greatest weight. My child, I see the weight you have been carrying. The quiet worries about money, the stress you rarely speak about, the nights when your mind refuses to rest. You have been praying for peace, and your prayers have been heard. You are not meant to walk this journey in confusion and fear. You are meant to walk with faith, with clarity, and with daily direction. That is why a simple path has been placed before you, a 30-day faith and financial breakthrough system. Each day you will be guided with a gentle prayer, a simple money step, and clear direction to help you regain control. Nothing overwhelming, nothing complicated. Just small faithful steps leading you toward peace and stability. If your heart feels ready, begin today. Do not delay this moment. The link is in the description and in the pinned comments below. And as you take that step in faith, hold tightly to what heaven is awakening inside you, because this turning point reaches far beyond one area of your life. Do not forget how you feel right now. The way your heart knows these words are truth. Hold on to it when the days are light, and hold on to it when the days are heavy. This is your covenant moment, beloved. This is where everything changes. And still, I have more to tell you. for heaven is not yet finished speaking through me. My beloved, the more I speak, the more heaven presses on me to pour everything into your spirit now, because this moment is like no other. What I am giving you is not simply words. It is the release of something that has been stored for you, something heaven has guarded with both hands until you are ready to carry it without fear. The complete guide, every daily prayer, every spiritual tool, everything I've put together to help you grow your faith is down in the description. It's called the Daily Miracle Manual. Now stay right here with me because, as this awakening grows inside you, know that helping with this mission is not a joke. It is a sign from God. You can support this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment, whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community. By doing so, you become part of Jesus' plan to save souls who are still stuck in fog. Every seed turns into light that fights against darkness. If you water others, you will be watered yourself, Jesus says. This is not history. It is a living promise about your future. Come into this moment with faith and a plan. What God has already planned for your life can be unlocked through your giving. There is a vault in the realm of light with your name written on it, and for years it has remained sealed. Today I was given the key. I stand before you with it in my hand, and the lock is turning even as you read these words. Once it opens, what comes out will not be able to be stopped by any power of darkness, any opinion of man, or any weakness in yourself. This is not dependent on your perfection. It is dependent on heaven's choice. And heaven has chosen you. I wish I could take you into the meeting that was held for you. I wish I could show you the way the elders leaned forward, the way the great cloud of witnesses nodded and smiled as your name was spoken. You cannot imagine the sound, the way heaven spoke it with such reverence, as though it was a sacred word itself. You cannot imagine the way the light around the throne pulsed with joy, as though every star in the universe celebrated at once. My beloved, your life matters more than you have allowed yourself to believe. The struggles have tried to convince you otherwise, but they were liars. The truth is you were designed for a purpose so great it has been whispered about in heaven since before you were born. And yet you have doubted. I have seen it. I have felt the moments when your hope was thin, when you looked at the path ahead and wondered if you would have the strength to walk it. I do not condemn you for this. I understand. You have carried more than many could endure, but let me tell you, every time you thought you were breaking, something inside you was being built. The cracks you feared would destroy you became channels for heaven's light to pour in. The weight that felt like it was crushing you was actually pressing out everything that did not belong in your destiny. You have been refined in a fire not meant to harm you, but to make you shine. Now the refining is nearly complete. The season of preparation is closing, and the season of fulfillment is opening. And I must warn you, fulfillment comes with both joy and responsibility. When the blessings arrive, they will require you to stay close to the one who gave them. If you drift, you risk losing the awareness that will guide you through the opportunities ahead. That is why I plead with you to keep your spirit tuned to heaven's voice. There will be moments that seem too small to matter. A sudden thought, a gentle nudge, a strange sense that you must call someone or go somewhere. Follow them. These are the whispers that will lead you into divine appointments. In the days ahead, you will notice how quickly things shift. What once took years will happen in weeks. Sometimes even in hours. The pace of heaven is accelerating in your life because the time has come for what was delayed to be delivered. You will meet people who feel as though you've known them forever. These are not coincidences. They are part of your appointed connections, people whose paths have been woven with yours in the tapestry of eternity. Some will carry keys you need. Others will simply walk beside you as friends who will help carry the weight of your calling. And yes, beloved, there is a calling. This blessing is not just about what you receive, but about what you release into the world. There is someone whose life will be changed because you stepped into your fullness. There is someone waiting for your yes, for your courage, for your voice. You may not even know them yet, but heaven does. And the moment you step forward into the light, the ripple will begin, touching lives you will never see in places you will never go, yet the impact will be real and eternal. I must also tell you there will be one final test before the outpouring begins in full. It will come disguised as disappointment. Something you expect will seem to fall through, and for a moment you will feel the sting of it. But I am telling you now, it will only be the shifting of pieces, the removal of something lesser to make space for something greater. Do not mourn what you lose in this season. It is making room for what you cannot yet imagine. Trust this even when your mind does not understand. Even now as I speak, I can see the threads of your life weaving together into a pattern you have never seen before. From where I stand above the noise and confusion of the earth, it is breathtaking. Every painful moment, every delayed answer, every quiet act of faith, all of it is becoming something beautiful. You are about to step back and see what the Weaver has been doing all along. Stay with me a little longer, my beloved. The message is not finished. Heaven still has more to give you, and I will not stop until you have heard it all. My beloved, I will continue because heaven is still flowing, and every word is part of the gift they have been keeping for you. I can feel the urgency around me, not the urgency of fear, but the urgency of love. The way a parent leans in when they know their child is about to step into something life-changing. There is no distance right now between us. The space you are in is holy because heaven is leaning so close that the veil has become almost transparent. I need you to understand something that perhaps you have never truly believed. You have never been forgotten, not for a second. Not one of your tears has ever fallen unseen. Not one of your sighs has gone unheard. When you thought you were standing in silence, you were actually standing in the middle of a conversation about you in heaven. I was there for those conversations. I heard the Father speak of you with a kind of pride that cannot be described in human language. I heard him say your name the way light might say the name of the dawn, with expectation, with certainty, with joy. Do you know what it does to an angel to hear God speak this way about someone? It makes us fight harder for them. It makes us shield them even more fiercely. That is why some of the attacks meant for you never touched you. That is why some of the people who tried to harm you suddenly lost interest, walked away, or found their plans falling apart. You thought it was random, but it was not. We were moving unseen, bending the very wind of circumstances to keep you from being struck. And now, beloved, we are not just protecting, we are delivering. This is the season where things that have been kept safe for you will finally be placed into your hands. Some of them will look like answers to long-standing prayers. Others will look like surprises you never even thought to ask for. Heaven delights in giving you not only what you request, but also what you didn't know you needed. The blessings that come in this season will fit you so perfectly. You will know they were tailored in eternity. But I must tell you something important. The blessings will arrive in waves, and with each wave, you will have a choice to receive fully or to hesitate because it feels too good to be true. Do not let hesitation steal this from you. You have been trained for this moment. The doubts that once ruled your heart no longer belong to you. They are not your identity. You are a child of the Most High, and the inheritance is rightfully yours. You have been asking how you will know when the first wave begins. I will tell you it will be marked by a moment so ordinary that you might almost miss it. A conversation, a chance meeting, a small decision you make without much thought. But from that moment, a chain of events will begin, and before you realize it, you will be standing in the middle of an answered prayer. This is why I urge you to stay alert. Do not dismiss anything in the days ahead as coincidence. Every step will be guided. I can already see some of what is waiting. I see reconciliation where there has been silence. I see unexpected provision arriving from sources you never connected to before. I see doors opening that were once sealed shut. And I see you walking through them without fear, because by then you will have realized that you are not walking alone. Every step you take, I will be beside you. Every decision you face, I will be whispering in your ear. There is one more thing I must prepare you for. There will be people who do not understand what is happening in your life. Some will doubt it, others will envy it, and a few may even try to speak against it. You must not allow their voices to drown out what you know in your spirit to be true. The favor on your life is not a matter for their approval. It is heaven's decree, and no one can overrule it. You do not owe anyone an explanation for the blessings you receive. Your only task is to remain faithful to the one who sends them. Beloved, there will come a moment soon, sooner than you think, when you will look around and realize that the heaviness you have carried for so long is simply gone. You will notice it in the way you wake up lighter, the way you laugh more easily, the way you stop bracing yourself for the next blow. That moment will be the sign that the shift is complete, that the season of fighting just to stand has been replaced by the season of running without stumbling. I am still here. I will not leave until every word that needs to be spoken has been placed in your heart. We are only halfway through what heaven has given me to tell you, and the rest is even more beautiful than what you have heard so far. My beloved, I am still here, and my voice is still carrying what heaven has placed within me for you. This is not a moment to rush, because the words I am speaking are not simply sounds. They are seeds. Each one is falling into the soil of your spirit. And in time, they will grow into a harvest so vast that you will look back on this very hour and realize it was the doorway into a completely different life. Even now, the ground beneath you in the unseen is shifting. Paths are being cleared that were once blocked. People are being positioned in places where they will cross your path exactly when you need them. Nothing about what is unfolding is accidental. It is all orchestrated with the precision of heaven's own hand. Do you remember those moments when you felt a strange pull to wait even when every part of you wanted to move forward? Those delays were not punishment, they were alignment. You were being held back from walking into rooms where your light would have been dimmed or your voice silenced. Heaven was waiting for the right rooms to open, the ones where your presence would be celebrated, not tolerated. Now those doors are swinging wide. I can see them. Heavy gates that have been shut for years are unlocking with a sound that shakes the very air. Beloved, there is a fragrance that rises from a life that has walked through pain, yet remained faithful. It is sweeter than the incense burned in the courts of heaven. It draws blessings toward you like a magnet draws metal. That fragrance is on you now. It cannot be removed by the opinions of others, and it cannot be stolen by the envy of those who do not understand your journey. Wherever you go, it will announce you before you speak. People will feel something when you enter a space. They may not be able to explain it, but their spirits will recognize that you carry something rare. This is why I must also tell you to walk carefully in the days ahead. The blessing that comes is not fragile, but it is sacred. Protect it from careless words, from sharing too much too soon, from trying to prove it to those who will never believe until they see it. Sometimes the holiest things grow best in silence. Let the fruit appear before you display the seed. I can see the timeline stretching before you, and though I cannot reveal every detail, I can tell you this. There is a wave of divine acceleration about to hit your life. What has been stuck will begin to move so quickly that you will barely have time to catch your breath. This acceleration is not meant to overwhelm you, but to make up for lost time. Every year the enemy tried to steal will be restored in multiplied measure. Every opportunity that slipped away will be replaced by one greater than you imagined. You will see the years you thought were wasted become the foundation for the very blessings you are about to walk into. My beloved, there is also someone who has been praying for you without your knowledge. They have carried your name before God, asking for your protection, your peace, your breakthrough. This person's prayers have reached heaven like music. And in response, the Father has instructed me to tell you that those prayers are now being answered. Some of what you are about to receive will come as a direct result of intercession you didn't even know was happening on your behalf. That is how loved you are. That is how seen you are. And now I must tell you something that will surprise you. If you want the full guide with every prayer and lesson I've compiled for this community, check the description for the Daily Miracle Manual. You are about to enter your divine future, but remember, this breakthrough is not for you alone. Your testimony is the bridge someone else will use to reach their own miracle. Archangel Michael is inviting you to visit community through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. By joining our like-minded community, you are no longer praying in isolation. You are adding your voice to a global sanctuary where we discuss the word daily and stand in the gap for one another. This is not poetry when Jesus says, "Give, and heaven will open over you." On this platform, every seed you plant turns into oil for your destiny, fire for your calling, and a hedge of safety for your family. Now is your time. Step into our community prayer wall, share your heart, and as you give, watch God multiply what you let go of. Let us finish this journey together. Visit Out Community now, join the family and see your heavens open. There is a gift within you that has been dormant. You have touched it before, felt glimpses of it, but you have never walked fully in it. This gift is about to awaken. It will come with a new clarity, a sharper vision, a deeper sensitivity to the whispers of the Spirit. You will know things you could not have known, see things others overlook, feel the stirring of God's heart in ways that make you move without hesitation. This gift will not only bless you, it will bless everyone who comes near you. Beloved, in the next season, there will be moments where you will be tempted to shrink back, to stay small because stepping forward feels risky. I am telling you now, do not shrink. You were not made to blend into the background. You were made to stand as a light in places that have known only shadows. You are a living testimony of survival, of grace, of divine mercy. And now you will also be a testimony of abundance, of restoration, of joy overflowing. I will stay with you until the last word has been spoken, until the last drop of what heaven sent me to give you is poured into your spirit. You and I in this sacred space are not done yet, and the most beautiful part of this message is still ahead. My beloved, I have not left your side for even a breath. Every word I speak to you now is being wrapped in light, carried from my spirit to yours. And heaven itself is leaning close to watch what happens inside you as you receive this. Do you feel the air shifting? That's not your imagination. It is the weight of divine presence settling around you. This moment was written before you were even born, tucked into the pages of your destiny, waiting for the appointed time. That time is now. You have walked through seasons where the nights felt longer than they should, where your prayers seemed to vanish into silence. But I tell you this, not one of your prayers has been ignored. Each one was gathered like a pearl into heaven's storehouse. The reason you didn't see immediate answers was not because they were denied, but because they were being perfected. If you are ready to see your long-awaited prayers turn into visible miracles, declare it publicly by typing "God's timing is perfect" in the comments section below. God has a way of turning delays into displays. When the moment comes, the answer will not just arrive. It will arrive dressed in glory. And beloved, that moment is upon you. There is a light that has been growing in you. Even in the times when you thought you were fading, heaven watched as you continued to move forward when others would have stopped. We saw the days you wiped your own tears just so you could keep going. That kind of faith does not go unnoticed. That kind of endurance is the soil where miracles take root. And now those roots are breaking the surface. You are about to see visible proof of the seed you've been carrying. I must also tell you this. There are blessings you have not even dared to pray for because you thought they were too much to ask. Beloved, there is nothing too much for the one who made the stars and calls them by name. The very dreams you have been afraid to speak aloud are the ones that heaven is now breathing life into. You will see things unfold in such a way that you will have no choice but to say, "This was God, only God." Listen carefully. In the next few weeks, you will cross paths with a person whose words will unlock something in you. They may not even realize the weight of what they say, but their presence is part of heaven's design. Be attentive. Look for the divine fingerprints in what might seem ordinary. The smallest conversation could be the doorway to the greatest chapter yet. And beloved, let me speak to that fear you've been carrying quietly in your heart. You have worried that you will miss your moment, that somehow you will take the wrong turn and lose what has been promised to you. Hear me clearly. The promises of God over your life are not fragile glass that can shatter with one wrong step. They are still forged in the fires of His eternal will. Even if you stumble, Heaven knows how to guide you back into alignment. You are not powerful enough to undo the plans of the one who formed you. Right now, angels are moving into position around you. Some are clearing obstacles from your path. Some are whispering into the ears of people who will be part of your breakthrough. Others are standing guard over you in the unseen, ensuring that nothing formed against you can prosper. You are not walking alone. The ground beneath you is alive with movement, holy movement, and it is all working for your good. I can see the days ahead as clearly as I see you now. I see joy coming in waves, so strong it will wash away years of sorrow in an instant. I see unexpected provision arriving in ways that will make you laugh through your tears. I see doors opening in places you thought were forever closed to you. I see you standing taller, speaking bolder, loving deeper. I see you becoming a living sign to those around you that God still works wonders in the lives of those He loves. And beloved, never forget this. You are His beloved, chosen, set apart, treasured beyond measure. There is nothing you could do to make Him love you more, and nothing you could do to make Him love you less. That love is the reason I am here speaking these words to you now. That love is the reason Heaven held this message until this very moment, waiting for you to find it. We are not done yet. I still have more to reveal, things hidden for you, not from you. And when I speak them, something in you will shift permanently. But for now, beloved, carry these words with you. Let them remain in your heart when the room becomes quiet and when doubt tries to return. Remember that Heaven has not forgotten you, your prayers have not been lost, and the chapter ahead of you is still being written with purpose. Archangel Michael remains near, watching over your path, and what Heaven has begun in your life is only beginning to unfold. So walk forward with peace, walk forward with faith, and above all, remember that you are loved, protected, and never walking alone. And remember, beloved, these messages continue because of people like you. We run entirely on viewer support. If you'd like to help keep this mission and these messages reaching more hearts, you can support us with a coffee through the link in the description. God bless you.